third try is the charm. I'm gonna try playing on Mars for not the first time, but basically the first time. So, I'm just doing normal and standard start. So I do have to open my helmet to eat and drink, but I don't have to. I don't have to worry nearly as much as something like Stationeer difficulty. Okay, yeah, this looks a lot better. I'm actually seeing ores on the ground, so I wasn't seeing that before for some reason. So we'll open this guy up, grab our construction supplies, and I guess just set up a little, at least temporary kind of thing. So what did I build? Four wide. So I put down 8, so I have 45. That would be a 5x9 grid. So that seems perfectly fine to me. Oops. Whatever, that works. Alright. We'll get most of this thrown in here for now. Grab most of my building supplies and basic materials. So I'm going to go ahead and hold up like all of these. I generally like to make everything like fully welded up and stuff, but I'll make sure that I have enough materials to get my starter base kind of going. For that, I need enough iron sheets to build walls so that it's airtight. So we got that. So the sun is there, and if I remember correctly, it's gonna set over there, and it doesn't follow an exact path. It's kind of an arc, so you do need the 2-axis tracking. So let's go ahead and put our little base something like this. I tend to kind of like to put my like the inside, like the sides of my my airlock kind of inside like this. And so I'll have my auto lathe here. And this will go there. That's not going through the wall? Nope. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that'll be plenty of room to be comfortable. And then I'll wall all this up. Probably go ahead and make most of this just regular iron walls for now, and then use some lights pretty early on to make it seeable. Because I like lights. Cool. I don't know if I'll quite have enough iron walls to finish this up. Oops, I placed one down there, so now I probably won't for sure. So this is going to be ugly. It's going to have literally the bare necessities to survive, and I'll probably set it up kind of such that I do need to keep enough so that I can weld this guy up. This and my other one. Then I need a screwdriver, and that should be finished. Okay. And then I will have my arc furnace. There, I guess, for now. Yeah, so let's see if I can't get... Doing okay on most of my stuff. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get a little bit of bauxite and iron, copper, gold. Don't need a ton, just enough to kind of... if I can get like... most of a stack even, like that would be awesome. I don't expect to need very much. Plus I have an oxygen tank, so... got some cobalt, which is nice. I'm always bad about mining right away. Yeah, I should be able to go at least, you know, a day or two without needing to eat or drink right away. So we have plenty of time. So my kind of intention for this is to, you know, basically get to the point where I'm doing some of those things that I haven't done before. Trading, I haven't messed with at all. I've seen some videos of other people doing it, and you know, manually, it looks relatively complex. You know, just to do like the actual tracking with the satellite dish. Um, you know, but like the trading itself, like once you kind of get it down, it seems like it's just, you know, you you trade stuff, you buy and sell stuff, and it's pretty cool. But I don't need to do that right away, especially on a standard start. I have potatoes, wheat, and soybeans, which is more than enough to last me. So there's my base. Let's see if we can't find a little bit of iron. It looks like that's a sharp drop off, but I see a little bit of copper down here, so maybe I can mine this cliffside kind of precariously. Get like a stack or two. I keep seeing like exceptions like that, and I don't know if that means that I did something. I've messed around with mods a little bit before, you know, installed some, not making any, but installing them. And so I don't know if that's like an artifact that's just like left over from that, because I think I remember seeing that before as well, before I did any of the mods. So I think it's just part of the, you know, being beta. You know, it's not perfect, it's not done. You know, and that's okay. See, that should be, yeah, that's like 2.5 stacks. That should be plenty. Actually, I see a little bit on the ceiling there. No. Okay, so more cobalt. I have some lead right there, which will be nice, so I can get some solder going right away. I just need iron. Why am I struggling to find the easy thing to find? I'll need a tiny bit of silicon anyway, so I'll grab this while I'm here. Generally like to mine out like the whole vein if I have the space, just because I'm not always good about checking my holes again. I think that's everything there. I'm using a decent amount of my jetpack, unfortunately. There's some iron. So yeah, I usually go, you know what I should have grabbed? I should have grabbed my second mining belt right away. That would have helped. In fact, once we get this, if I get too full, I might have to go grab that real quick because my lander is just right there. So yeah, let's do that. that, or that. There we go. Mining belt. Throw that in there. Oops. Did not mean to do that. So I like to put that one in there. That's my regular, that's not pneumatic. No, do not turn that on. Then I throw this guy in here. Just put that in there. And that can go in there. So that's good. Okay. And this pneumatic drill is tons faster. It mines, from what I understand, it goes faster the higher the pressure is, or maybe it's the higher the pressure differential between in the tank and the atmosphere around you. That's what I think it is. That would make sense. So you can see this is my pneumatic mining drill, and it has its own little canister in it. It's not a little canister, it's just a regular canister, but you know what I'm trying to say. Got some water, that'd be nice. I don't know why I like to hop around, but it makes me feel like I see a little bit farther, maybe. It's my my pro gamer moves, you know. Just bunny hop everywhere. Heart rabbit. Okay, so we're finding some more gold. That's interesting. We'll be set on gold for the beginning of the game. Realistically, I want that iron ore though, because that's what I'm going to be using a lot of. Okay. Now, let's see if I can't find my way back home. Oh, there. I'm really close. And, oh, I have even more iron out here, as well as volatils and oxide right next to each other, so that's very convenient. Now, I don't have any, yeah, I have a lot of ice around here, too, so not that I will need to be, you know, using a lot of ice at first, because you start off with water canister in your stuff, and you'll be set with that for a while. So I do know that you can get storms starting around like day 7 or something like that, and so just want to make sure that everything is out of my lander, you know, probably by like day 2 or 3, but I'm not doing much right now, and I don't want to mess with my like I could probably do my furnace. That would probably be the smart thing, but I'd rather just get all this inside where I can see it. I'm a little bit weird when it comes to like organization. If I don't know where something is, I will make another one, and it's wasteful. And so I like to kind of know where my stuff is. So that's empty. these two. Now normally I kind of use my fuel tank that you get at the top of your lander as furnace fuel, but I feel like I'm kind of wasteful with it when I do that, so I'll probably just go back to, you know, kind of doing the stupid, you know, not stupid, but like the standard, you know, throw in some oxide, throw in some volatiles, let it burn way of doing things. And so we will put my door so it's not just sitting there, and then grab my last couple of little packets of food and water. That guy is not full. Okay, so we need these. So what I'll want is I'll want a solar array kind of built up over here, but for now I will just place a solar panel on the roof. And I think I'm going to angle it kind of like this. I think that catches most of the sun's rays. I don't know if it's better to be straight up and down or at an angle like that, but we'll try that for now. And also I think this guy, yeah, that has to have a frame, so we will put this maybe here for now. This is my power, so we'll just throw it on the wall for now. Portable generator will go on the other side of the wall, or the other side of our door here. Maybe I'll put it like next to it, kind of. Kind of keep it out of the way. Oh, of course that's kind of a little bit screwy. Where'd my canister just go? Oh, there it is. It's rolling away. Don't roll away. I want you. Okay. And then my area power controllers. My power is going to be kind of coming from all over the place. So let's put it let's put it there for now. And then this guy we'll put here. So that one's on. And on. Okay, so that's food, water, portable air conditioner, portable scrubber. I don't think we need that stuff quite yet. Hydroponics we don't need to touch. I don't really think we need any of that stuff. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. So we need this. I'll go ahead and just throw a lot of these extra things in here. Doors, my consoles, my active vents. sensors. And I'll need one more, but I can handle that in a minute. So this will be a little bit weird, but it's good enough. So normally I do something like this. I'm going to go ahead and go for the glass doors. I think I put that on backwards, so I'll need to fix that here in a second. That's my power out. So I can throw that in there. And my glass. Throw that in there. And then I think I had this door backwards. I did, so I'm glad that I checked that. And of course I made that one a glass door. I guess you could have them, you know, both different, but I don't know, that just seems weird. I don't know why you did that. Okay, so let's just quickly wire this up. You know, I should actually probably wire up my power first to my batteries, so let's do that first. Okay.
Hydration critical.
Well, you're not quite critical. So I want that to go like this, and then down, and then out. So, I don't know why I put those away. I need them still.
Power low.
Alright, so with a composite door, you can actually have that do something like this. Okay. So, I believe I can even put, can I put that directly on? I believe I can. So that'll just dump straight out like that. So that's kind of neat. And then this will be power. Oops, need my wire cutters. And they are so kind as to give you a second wire, which is pretty nice. I think I'll actually do something like this, because if I remember right, our cable actually comes through And so that actually means that we want to move both of these over as well. So let's see if we can't do that. And then wrench and wrench. And that was on that side, so let's go ahead and do this, and then this, so that should be correct. Where's my, oh, it like somehow got flipped sideways, that's interesting. Alright, so then this goes into my same input. Pull this off the wall. We'll throw that something like there. And I'll go something like that. So I believe these are now just ores. So let's go ahead and start getting some iron smelted up. Oh, whoops. I have that guy coming off the wrong side. So I know that I want something like this. And like that. Oops. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change where this is. To be... Honestly, I want it like right where that is. So instead I'll change it to be here. And then I will separate this. So this will be straight out from there. And split off into here. As well as go into there. So now this is my input power. And I have one APC for my welders and, or my printers and my arc furnace. So, and I'm gonna put a thing in there pretty soon anyways, so yeah, I really need some iron so that I can start working on my guy. Interior. Interior door. Airlock door. Exterior airlock door. So yeah, now I just need a crap load of iron. When this finishes, I'm actually going to move this over more because I don't like that it's clipping through the wall. I know that I'm dying. It's a slow death though. sheets. Change this to wall, so I only some of those. That's probably enough, or at least close to. Two more? Yeah, two more. One, two. I don't know why, but it feels like you jump slightly differently when you're like inside. You like fall harder, or maybe it's just sound effect. But
Health low.
let's go ahead and get copper going. And check all of our stuff. So I think that is good. Oh, that's plastic that I need. Okay, okay. Ah, yes. The wonderful smell of burning plastic. Oh, I'm going to need our sensor as a gas sensor. So, let's see here. We need I'd like to get a hydraulic pipe bender, so I need 10 gold, or 2 gold, 10 copper. Yeah, I think that's enough. Hydraulic pipe bender. So yeah, we just need these 2 gold. Perfect. Start one of those. Okay, so that's plenty of that for now. And what I can do actually is start setting up for my advanced airlock. So what I could do is just steal this guy off. Perfect. And actually move this one over to there and pump out my base preemptively. So I might just do that. Is that running? It's such low pressure, it's hard to tell. All those are welded up and in. Oops, that needs to go out. So I was pressurizing my base. That does not help with what I'm trying to do. So let's go ahead and turn that off for now. This is getting close, and then I can actually print up just that that little
Hunger
passive
caution.
event and active event. So one thing that is very annoying is that if I build a cable here, it's actually going to restart the printer, and I really don't want to do that, so I won't actually connect it yet, but I know that I want a pretty long cable because this is going to go to my other printers. I could try and, like, you know, figure out where it goes exactly, but I'm not going to bother. Now this is mostly just stuff that I would want anyways, except for the pollutants. So I'm actually tempted to kind of, instead of venting this out, just taking my portable scrubber out. Just run this instead. And as that kind of just sucks up all the pollutants, that'll be like perfect. That'll actually give me a little bit of air to start with, so I can just drop my oxide. I don't know if that's enough to completely start it, but there you go. Cool, we'll see if 55-ish is enough. I have a tiny bit more pollutants over here, but it's getting taken away, so now I like to do my electronics printer there, so 1, 2, that would be centered there, and so that would be 1, 2, right, 1, 2, blank. I think that's correct. I need actually some iron sheets. For these real quick, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and dump that out. Yeah, compared to brutal, like, this is just, your health goes down so slow when you're thirsty. It's like more cable here. Okay, so I just need one active vent and one passive vent. Nope. Passive vent. Let's go ahead and vent out a bunch of this. Cool. Cool. And so it's like 23. I think I'm just barely shy.
Health critical.
Enough copper to do my electronics printer. But that should be good enough for now. Close all. Cool. And
Health low.
my helmet's my thing. Okay. So, yes, I need a little tiny bit more copper. Set outwards. And that looks good. And then we can open this guy and throw in rest of this copper. And are we producing power? I think we're getting, yeah, we're getting power in. Okay, cool. So let's just pick up some more, just a little bit more oxide. That way I can pressurize my base a bit more. I know it's a pretty big base to start with, but I had that big old tank of oxygen. I'm gonna reuse it anyway, so. That was the smallest little patch of oxide. That was kind of funny. There's the sun. The sun's about to set, so I can't go too far. Okay. So that's 90 degrees exactly, so if I go 270, I should get. Because I see oxide right there. This is also a very sad amount of oxide. So 270. You know, I can actually do this. And then so 270. I thought I just saw some coal, but now I'm not seeing it, so that's silver, but not what I'm looking for. I wanted to just grab a stack or two of coal just so I could oh, here's some right here. I was just gonna throw it in that coal generator just as like a backup. I don't tend to use it a lot, but I like to set it as like the backup for, you know, like split off like 10 or 15 or whatever. And I know without a station battery, you're wasting a lot of power too. So. Okay, so we can actually close this. I did label these, but I did not label these. Interior vent, exterior vent, airlock, gas sensor, airlock console, airlock ABC. So, vent. Oh, we can't do it that way. Okay, so exterior door, interior door. For now, I want it to treat that like the atmosphere. Because because this is a regular one. So, oh crap. I messed up slightly. So, okay, so that is going to vent all that in. That's fine. So I brought a little bit of pollutants in with me, and a little bit of, not great stuff, but that's okay for right now. So, blow that out. I think I vented a little bit of my interior gas, which is not great, but that's an electronics printer. Okay, cool. Change that, and we'll drop these off. I know that'll cool my room down, but hopefully not too much. Now, is that completely empty? That is. So that's a 54, that's a 50.
Power low.
Yep, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, since this is the inside of my base, I'm going to go ahead and vent this canister. I can de-stinkify a little bit while I'm in here. I think I could throw that, my glass, actually, in there. I don't tend to use these, like, what are they called? Crates, I think. Yeah, I don't tend to use the crates very much. Just because they're, like, so tall and they're a little bit, clunky, but... 1, 2... Have I spaced that right? I did. awesome. Okay, so I will need to throw this
Power low.
on while I build this up real quick. And I literally just put my plastic sheets away. I shouldn't have. And boom, done. Now I have no cables, so I will have to build 2. 1. No, I'll have to build like 4. Is it 2? Yeah, I think it's just 2. Okay, so 2 cables coming right up. Cool. You know, I think I made this thing probably a bit bigger than it needed to be, but that's okay. I like to put one more in there, and then this will be an airlock, but this will go inwards like the other side is. So there'll be interior walls here and here, and so I get a little bit more interior space, and I don't have to worry as much about my pipes. But you know, with this being so yeah. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and just make a airlock real quick, because I have most of that set up. I think I can make it. I don't know if it's oh, I need a little bit of gold. That's fine. Okay, so maybe we just do this myself. Turn that guy off. Close that. Then gold. Now I wanted an advanced airlock, so how much does that need? 5 gold. So let's just go ahead and wait for 5 gold. It's kind of interesting that the air pressure is so low here. I don't know. Like I said, I've been playing on the moon, and there you have no gases, so you have to preserve everything, including from like your furnace and stuff. And because you have the air from the because you have a vacuum, you also kind of have to watch your gases too. So actually, let's throw some more gold in there. So that's a full stack. Yeah, so I am bringing a little more in with me. Guess I would have to like disassemble that circuit board to do that, so not worth the time. Don't think it's enough to really worry about, but I'll just set that to go. Okay, so get my electronics printer. Cancel that because I already had it in there. And then I think I saw someone else. This is video. Yeah, it does turn off your stuff. I always thought that you had to turn off all your filter, your AC, and your air, and all that, but it doesn't look like you have to do that. So I don't know if that's new, or if I just misread it. So that one's the regular airlock. So let's go ahead and reset that. I don't know if I'll use it, but if I ever set up like a, you know, a vacuumed space, I could just use that. Yes, I know. So, exterior vent, interior vent, gas, exterior, interior, nothing else on there. Whoa, got a little shutter there, so that was fun. gonna save and quit because my game is not liking this. I think it's crashing. Alright, so we're back. Did I have... Yeah, okay, so it did save from when I had my advanced airlock. I'll just set that up like there for now. Just move everything that I can into here. Actually, I can just drill all these with the stuff in them or not. Yeah, okay. So the less used stuff will go on the bottom. And obviously I'll be building a lot more containers and such. I'll want to get a fridge up pretty quickly if I can. Just so that I can save my eggs. Oops. Let's go ahead and put this like here. I guess that works. Portable air conditioner, we can go ahead and just take it out for now. Even though I don't really need it. Doesn't hurt to have it just sitting in the room. Cool. And that'll just be another pile of junk. Let's put these canisters, or these portable tanks, I mean, up against the walls. And then this guy will have just kind of sitting up against this one, so they'll just kind of sit together. Come on. Wish they would be slightly less floppy. That'd be nice. So I'll go ahead and... Whoa! Yeah. All the stuff that you can grab like this with like the handles is a little janky sometimes. So is this gonna charge? I think my sun's out. Yeah, so that is gonna charge slowly, but it will charge. That's at 39. That's at like 5. Okay. So what do I want? I want some. So my solar panels would be more copper, but it also needs steel. So let's go ahead and dump all this and see if we can't get a furnace running pretty quickly, and that'll make making the metals way faster. Is this truly empty? It is. That's nice. Air control. So, that is going to be a little tank that I set up with an active vent and a little console, and all they're going to do is pump in and pump out gas and keep it at 101 kPa. You know, I don't know if you can set up hydroponics trays. You can just make them float. Okay. So I might maybe make like a little like greenhouse, you know, on like a second level, like 1 or 2 tiles wide. And just like throw some windows, like just here or something like that. But I think I want a furnace first. For now. That's barely charging. So, switch that out. Okay, so now that, yep, that
Low
should
pressure.
help.
Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Temperature critical.
Gotta make sure my helmet's on. Cancel that pressurization. Actually, while I'm at it, might as well set this to 0. Set this one to like, I don't know, 60. So, cool. My furnace is just going to go, I guess, here. Although, if I do expand my base, I want that to be like the pretty side, quote unquote. So I think I'm actually going to do it on this side. I generally have my water on the bottom and have it sitting one up in the air, like this. And of course I didn't bring any of the stuff that I need. So I need to do that. Let's go ahead and throw a little more iron in there while I'm here. And we'll probably just, because this goes pretty quick, I might actually just do something like that. So yeah, that'll pump down to 0, and then this comes up to 60. I think I might have set that backwards. Internal should be 60. External should be 0.
Power low.
Yep, my power's okay though. Let's go ahead and open this guy. Get that dumped out. Okay, so what do we want now? I will need more iron. So this is the one in my jetpack. That's fine. Oops. And then I needed a couple of, I need like some iron sheets, but I think I actually have some. I have 3. What does a furnace need? So 2 or 4? It needs 4. Just 1 more iron sheets. Sheets, iron, 1 of these. And I'm not going to bother with setting up events quite yet. I can do that in a minute. So for now, let's pretty sure that I had some. Okay, so let's just throw some of our full ones in here, and I'll need some volatiles, some oxite, and some more iron. I have plenty of coal. So yeah, that's more than enough oxite, or volatiles, I mean. A little bit low on oxite, but we'll get to that in a moment. There's some more gold. This map has been very generous with the gold, the seed or whatever you want to call it. Almost too much. I don't need this much, or at least not yet. I'll need it in the future, but so yeah, you can tell pressure's going down in it, so I'm losing my speed. So I believe I had some more in one of those, but it's okay for now. Just water. Here's some oxide. So we'll try and get as much as this as we can hold, basically. And it would be really handy if I could actually finish up the mining and... Oops, that's nitrite. I don't need nitrous, but... What is that mostly? That's mostly nitrogen. So I could just use that as like a cooling agent, like when I do, other things. And that's more volatiles. Okay. Cool. So, I'd like to do a full 200 of that, and the trick that I always really like is you do this. So you hold something in your hands, and then you can split stuff straight into it, which is kind of handy. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should be good, because that's going to be over 1K, and then we'll keep that open and just dump basically the rest of our ores in there. And do them all. because that has a pretty high temperature. That's like 900 degrees. So I shouldn't have done my gold right away, but cool. I think that's everything that we need. And my power's still low, but what are you gonna do? Not gonna blow up, right? No, I'm cooling down. It's actually kind of cool out, which is nice. Oh, that's out of batteries, so that's... Yeah, so that should be pumping inwards. But I don't have time to waste right now. I'm on the move. So... most of this is going to go in my electronics printer. But I want some cardboard boxes because I am like that. So I'll do like 5 of these. And we'll put this in here. For now. And then actually I need to my helmet and dump my waste. Let's go ahead and close and lock it and just take it off for now. Now, I don't think that those... oh, they can. That's so cheesy. Although that would kind of put it so far in to your stuff that it would make it really, I don't know, not easy to access, I guess. So let's get a little bit of food and water. We'll just keep it on me because why not? Actually, there's literally no purpose to doing it that way, so let's put that there, put that there. It's weird that it's floating like that. Like drops afterwards, but yeah, that's weird. So that's my air scrubber. That's sitting at 100%, so that means that that's okay. Okay, so we're just going to move this into here for now. I want my tool belt in there. I want this in here. Okay, cool. So, can I make an IC chip? I need electrum and solder, which would mean silver and lead. For now, could I do a battery? Yes. Okay, let's get one battery going. after that, let's get some solar panels. And so I think we'll just print those off until we're done with them. My toolbox. So what's my pressure on this? 4.3. I don't know which side my thing is on. Let's go ahead and just fill up my welder because I'm not rushing that super fast. So I'll probably need it. And I ran out of power. Okay. So then I will need to
Power low.
pretty quickly just go and run my generator. Okay. Nope, I wanted that battery first. And then my solar panels. And then because I'm charging up a bunch of stuff really quickly, I'll go ahead and watch these. Just switch out batteries really quick. So those aren't full. Then that one's not full either. That one's not full. Cool. Yeah, and then we can just charge these guys up to full real quick. That's at like 52%. So we'll actually switch that with the small one here, because it'll charge faster in this big guy. But yeah, see, like my coal generator just went off, so that's at 51, so it's at least better than what I had. So full. So I'm good on that one, that one's good, that one's good. Why do I have an extra?
Power low.
Oh, that was for the thing, wasn't it? Okay, that's fine. Oh no, that was my mining drill. Right, yeah.
Air tank low.
Okay. So my air tank is low. And so I need to go ahead and get some air, some oxygen. I don't actually know that, but I will make sure that everything is out. So an atmospherics kit is the preferred method. Next I will need a passive vent, and then I'll need some pipes. And then these were all empty, right? Yep, and yep. So, perfect. So I'll just keep this guy up here. We'll keep this one up next to it. these cardboard boxes can just kind of go along the top as I need them. So, oops. This is backwards, and it's an air conditioner. So, let's try this again. Not enough pipe kits, so pipe, like a few of these, more than 2 of them, so take that iron. Actually, one more, because I forgot we had some pipe in there, so cool. So this will go there, 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 and then there. This will go up. And then I want a passive vent for now. I need an active vent for later, but we'll make that later. Utility kits. And a regulator. So, this will be like that. I need a regulator. Oops. How's my battery? 31% versus 53. So I'm actually going to switch these two. And I can always switch those again if I need to. I think I just turned that guy off. Yep, now it's on. Sorry it's so dark in here. And we'll make sure that that guy is on running, just so that it is pulling out anything nasty in here. So then, if I do something like... I can't barely see. Okay, so... So I want it like that, then I can barely see it, so... Tanks are 8,000, and then I will have my pipe utility kit. Looks like I've filled that one up. And then this can go like that. Great, I need an oxygen filter. does this need? Why is that not? Nope, I don't want to deconstruct. Screwdriver and 2 cables. Okay. Cable coil. I'm just gonna let you run until you're finished. So that guy is pulling out some stuff. I wonder how much gluten I have in here. I mean, it's pretty minor. It's a pretty small amount, so I guess let in enough that it's noticeable. Yeah, like there's none over here, for example, but none over here, none over here. Alrighty, so now, it is very dark. I'd really appreciate a portable light. Iron and copper, you're just gonna have to deal with it, I'm sorry. So I think that looks good. This will actually go up, and that will connect to a couple of things over there actually soon. So let's go ahead and wire this up in a way that will future-proof this. Oof. Okay, yeah, there's plenty of copper in here, so copper. Okay. So I need lots more cable. So we'll stop when this gets to 30. Alright, so that's on and set to 80. And then we can just throw our oxygen tank in there, and oh, we need to run that, although I do want to grab my duct tape and a thing. So this guy's going to go there, we throw in our oxygen filter, and we can run that until that's at 80. And make sure that this doesn't get too high. So that's room 2. What about that pipe there? Okay. Oh, I don't have my passive vent on this, so that makes it not very useful. So I'm just watching this one to make sure that this doesn't get too high. Because our pipes, I think, can handle pretty decently high pressure, but not like crazy. 60 kPa? Yeah, so when that hits 60, when it hits like, 48 MPa, then we'll want to call it, but this is at 8,000. Yeah. So 5. So actually, while I wait on that, might make some lights. So that needs iron. Gold, iron. Okay. Yep, and now you can hear it screaming. And that shut up because this filled up, and so it is going to scream at us. And so I don't want to keep listening to that, so I'm gonna maybe just throw a little bit of stuff in there. Let's do one more for now, and then I'll dump it and build a canister so I don't have to listen to it anymore. Oops. Build me one canister. I only want one. So now that'll fill that guy up to 8,000. And this will be happy, and it'll stop screaming at me. So I'm not sure if this will continuously pull out of here. I think it will, but I'm not 100% sure how that works. I thought it equalized the pressure, but it seems like it's actually moving it even though this is lower. So maybe the input side will, no, that's 38, so, no, that's the room. Okay, never mind. So that pipe network has none now. And that pipe has... That's weird the way it's like clipping. It doesn't like where I put that, so I might need to move this over like one. And that probably wouldn't be bad because then I could actually put a little bit of like an inline tank or something on it. And that way it would be able to do it, but yeah, so that almost got up to full. So maybe we just run this for like a little bit longer. Just so that we can fill that completely. So we'll wait for that to get to 8,000 and then turn off our pressure regulator. Oh, is it going to stop like one short? That would be so funny. Okay. Yeah, so now we'll turn that off just to save power. Okay, so let's go ahead and build an active vent. So I need gold and copper. I don't know if I have copper anywhere. I don't know if I have a lot. I have 24. Okay, that should out of power. Okay. Well, might as well set up my battery then. So we will need no, I don't want that. I wanted my active vent. That restarted. So build one of those. Cool. Other stuff. So this will go here. This will be a console. We need one of those, and we need an air control next. We don't have enough. Okay, fun. But we should have enough to do our battery, so we can at least start charging that guy. So let's get that one. So for this, what we need is steel sheets. And I believe we just need 2, but I will find out in a minute if that's not true. So that requires the welding torch.
Temperature critical.
Oh, I burned myself a little bit. That's fun. Okay, so that is charging from my guy now. My sun is... yeah, I'm getting a little bit of sun. Okay. How's my pollutant here from my welding activities? I have a little bit. So, glad I started with that portable scrubber, because I kind of needed it. And actually welding in here also heated up my stuff pretty good, unfortunately. Okay, so we need to get out there and
power low.
Get some more stuff going. Get some more ores and stuff. Keep that off. So I'm looking for copper, iron, well, basically all the basics, plus if I see any of the stuff useful for alloys, like nickel or lead, or silver, I'll go ahead and grab those as well. Looks like I got just a little tiny bit of nickel. Unless I find more down below, which it looks like I am now. Cool. Nickel's like gold, it takes a while to mine. I think with the standard miner it takes like 5 seconds or something. So like 1,002, 1,003, 3 seconds. Still, it feels like it takes forever. Because you only get like, 2 to 5 ore or something like that for each one. want more of this like oxide and stuff eventually, but I don't know if I care about it right now. Just need the basics for right now. Here's iron. Go ahead and grab this one too, since it's right here. You get a lot more iron ore per node, I believe, and you also get more, it also mines a lot faster too, so you just get a lot faster, which is kind of cool. Same with copper. I think copper takes like slightly longer than iron, but not much. And the reason I'm still mining this, even though it's full, is because I can pick it up with my other hand. Turn that off. And then, if I need to, I can throw these in those boxes, and eventually I will get a mining backpack, which will do a lot of the same thing. Have a lot more space for ores. So this one I'll just throw a lot of my nickel into. And then I can throw anything that's not basically a anything that's not a ice. You can't put ice in your, like outside of your mining backpacks and stuff, just because it's so cold, or because it's above 0 degrees, right? I guess right now, you know, that would be a good test. Can I throw that down? Does that evaporate? It does not seem to be doing it. So maybe on maybe it's okay as long as it's below 0 degrees, or whatever the temperature for the highest guy is. Maybe I don't know. So what's my temperature on this? So that's like 600. So that's getting up to 700. This takes, what, 800? So I'll need another few, something like that. Sometimes these windows get a little wonky. I wish that they would actually like space themselves just barely apart instead of being so far apart. So I'll have to go out tomorrow for more copper, which will allow me to build more solar panels. I went ahead and just smelted my nickel as well, tend to do that. I don't know. A lot of people just off-gas their ores instead of like smelting them, but I tend to just smelt them. I'm not sure if that's like a bad idea or something, but so that's a little bit low. So we'll try that and see if that helps bump my temperature up enough. Yes, cool. Actually, since those are quote-unquote off-gassed now, off-gassing is what happens when you, basically your ores have a little bit of gas in them, and so what'll happen is as you use them, or as you smelt them, they get rid of the actual like gas part of their ore. So for example, if you go to your main menu, you get ores. You can look at, I guess it would be here, the ores. So like for example, iron, right? The basic common iron. It has, for every 1 iron ore, it has half a mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of pollutants in it. So you get 2.5, moles of gas. Now, a single mole of gas is not much, but each one is also different. So that was carbon dioxide and pollutant. This one has carbon dioxide and pollutant as well, but it also has nitrogen, and they're different amounts. The kind of interesting ones to note are silver has nitrous oxide, and gold has oxygen. Both of these, oxygen and nitrous oxide, both combined with volatiles. So if you look at your gases, oxygen and nitrous oxide, they react with volatiles to create heat. And so when they are above their ignition point, or if you light a spark or like cause like a flame or something like that, which for a furnace is done by hitting this button, basically that injects, I think it's like 5 joules of energy or something like that, but it basically is just causing a little spark, which causes the mixture to combust even if it's below the temperature that would automatically combust. And so the reason that those two are important is because with them you are able to essentially boost the temperature of your furnace without adding more oxide. So my thing is a little bit low. It's fine. Go ahead and switch that out. Actually, I'll switch it out with this one too. Okay, so all of our nickel I'll probably just throw in this corner. The iron I can go ahead and throw in here now. Maybe spread it out a little bit. That's probably smart. Okay. Now I really needed need copper and gold, so I'm gonna wait until morning. Basically go just do that all again. I'm gonna go ahead and eat and drink first. So that's my water bottles. There's my food. Cool. Yeah, that's at like 28%. Maybe I'll just switch it out with that one. much is my tool manufacturing cost? Do I have enough? I do. Maybe we'll just build that while I'm at it. So those are my container mounts. That's a portable connector. I'll use that second portable connector for my water tank. Likely. I need a valve. Just need some copper. I don't have any in there. I have a little bit in here, but I'm using it. So I think once I'm done with this tool manufacturer, or tool printer, whatever, tool manufactory, I'll go ahead and build a valve and a pipe cowl. And what that'll do is that'll let me vent my furnace. It like feels sacrilegious to do on the moon. You know, you like want to rush for a tank, you know, to save all your gases and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about it here, I don't think. I'm not going to worry about it, at least for now. We got other more important things to do. And when it's bad to have all those extra gases in there too, because I might use it just for when I do a couple of these ingots. So when I do Constantine, I need a pretty high pressure, so I need 20 pressure, and this one needs 18 to 20. So I think I will do those first. 1, 2. Do I have iron sheets? No. So give me a couple of iron sheets. 1 and 2. And this time, remember to put on your suit or something, otherwise you will burn yourself. This guy up, and then make a mining backpack. So we'll just put this iron in here real quick. Build one of these. Oh, and I had a couple. No. Just one. I mean, if I have more, it's fine. I tend to stick like 1 or 2 in like a locker by my furnace as well. Eventually, because they're handy. But for now, that should do. And my sun is up. Good on that. I will have these open and go mining. That has full charge. And remember to turn that off. Hopefully that charges just a little bit. So we really need copper. Copper. Finding tons of ices, which are nice, but not what I'm looking for. Sometimes, depending on how the sun is shining, it all just kind of looks like it's like a shadow. It's so shadowed that it's hard for me to tell. that's lead. I do need a little bit of lead, so for like solder and stuff. So go ahead and pick this up while I'm at it. But after this node, I really need to stop getting distracted. Luckily, it's a normal difficulty, so I'm not using like a ton of water and food, just, you know, existing. My biggest threat is running out of power right now just because I haven't set up my stuff. I'm going to pause real quick. Alright, I'm back. What's that? Iron. Once again, not seeing copper. Is that copper? Perfect. Okay, so yeah, this is what I need. If I could get like 200 or 300 copper today, that would be great. If I could get more, that would be even better. Take some iron while I'm here. You can... Honestly, I need like thousands of iron, so having it, you know, now would not hurt, because I will use it. Okay. So if you shift and click, or like you hold Alt so that you get your little pointer, and then you can hold shift while you're dragging something from one inventory to another, and it'll carry everything of the same type over at once, which is really handy, because as you saw, I was just dropping all my ores in at once, and then I like to drag back the unfull stacks, and that way I fill those ones up and I keep like an unfull stack in my inventory. Yeah. I'd like to get more copper if I can. I only got like 180 or something. No, I didn't even get that much. I got like 90, 96. Well, I'm getting a little more oxide. That's okay, I'll need it anyways to pressurize my base up more. Once again, I have way more coal than I need, which is not a terrible problem to have. This is a much larger vein of it, which is nice. Or at least it feels like a large vein. Oh, and that's water ice. Fun. So I'm picking up all the ices on accident. Yeah, I really don't need that yet. As I said, you get that water tank in the standard start, and that has more than enough water for you for a long time. So, that's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and just clear it out, even though I don't really want it yet, but I don't like leaving veins partly uncovered. It just feels weird. And if you get enough water, water is really great. Temperature control, like coolant, because you get so much stuff for it. There's more lead, more iron. There's my base. I'll just go ahead and grab this extra vein of iron, I guess, since I'm greedy. My suit has 32%. My drill has 44, so yeah, I'm fine. That's at like 700. 3, 4. Now we'll see if that. Kind of see where that lands, but that should be good enough to do all my copper and a little bit of gold that I'm using. A little worried that this is going to go over pressure, but not on the red yet, so 800 and like 50. I might be able to get 2 stacks of iron. Maybe 3. I'm not dropping very much. That'll be close. Okay, cool. Then we'll go ahead and smelt up this lead and gold. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about my other ones for now. Cool. That should be enough to get me what I need. So, do I have enough charge on this guy? I have 43%. Oof, I hate that noise. Okay, so I need a pipe valve. So we'll use a small stack. And then I have enough of those. That should be fine. And then I need a cowl. I just need one of these. Okay. And then let's go ahead and just build, pump out another 10 pipes just so that I can have a full stack. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Throw basically everything else in here for now. That was my lead, so I don't need that. Lead. Oops, lead, and lead. Cool. So, here's my electro printer. I did want to actually get some more cables while I'm thinking about it real quick, because I did want to do my lights. So let's just get maybe a full stack of these, because now I got a decent amount of copper. Stop getting distracted, actually. Build your solar panels. Where's your steel? No steel, a little bit of iron. Here's your steel. Solar panels. So I need quite a few of these. Okay, so if I build one, maybe so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be building like a platform that goes up and out straight that way, and that'll hold like a big kind of like platform or whatever, where I'll put my solar panels actually. So that will be potentially better. So I think what I'll do is build like every other square. Seems to usually be fine. Gives me plenty of light. Did I screw that up? I did. How can I not count?
Power critical.
Cables. Might as well eat and drink while I'm here too. So yeah, I have another, what, 4, 5, 6 water bottles just in like the prepackaged, and then another 6, 10 food. No, even more than that. 6, 12, 16 food. Plus, like I was saying, this is our water tank. That holds 7.9 or 790 liters, which is, you know, quite a bit. I think these hold. Does it actually say how much they hold? It does not. Water bottle. Holds. It says stack size of 1.5. That's funny. I think it holds like 1.5 or 1.2 liters or something like that. So like this is hundreds of water bottle refills, right? Um, how's this looking? Go ahead and empty that out. Switch that over. Keep that full. So I'll probably let this one build, and then I'll go and make some steel frames and some grating. So I can actually probably just start on the grating. Because I'm like 95% sure that you can place a solar panel on a grating. But I should probably double check that. Yeah, apparently you can hang it upside down. That's funny. I don't think I've ever tried to put one upside down. I put it on like the side of a building. What does this require? So, there we go. What does that stack to? 10? It's kind of annoying that it keeps like sucking it in there. So I'll probably build like, I don't know, a bunch of these. And if I can get a full 10, that'd be awesome, but I don't know if I can get a full 10. Solar panels. I think I might run out of power before then. So you heard my thing stop groaning. My furnace stopped groaning because the temperature drops enough. So as your temperature drops, your pressure drops. That's one of the gases properties in real life as well. If I remember right, I thought, at least according to the wiki, the game like will drop pressure if I don't know. It said that like there was something weird about how like the pressure will drop if your temperature drops, but then like it won't rise when the temperature rises. Which I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. That the temperature will go, or the pressure will rise as the temperature rises. So I'm not sure if that's just something that's like old and was updated, and like just not updated on the wiki. Maybe, I'm not sure. So that should be plenty of grading, and I'll probably grade this whole floor like I was saying. But that's nice that I'm getting a little bit of charge there. Probably not much, but we'll see if I can get another 2. You know, actually, before I do that, I probably want to make sure I actually have the stuff to do my tracking. Now, do I have? Could I make one of these? That's electrum and solder. And so electrum and solder, I could make that. Could I make a housing that's also solder? What's a laptop take? Lap. Oh, does that require... Okay, what about a computer? So I could make a computer. And then an IC housing. And an IC. I could make the IC housing an IC chip. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go quickly look for some silver.
Low pressure.
Oh,
Pressure
fuck.
critical. Oxygen critical.
Fuck.
Temperature critical.
Did I
Power
ruin my
critical.
lungs? I did not ruin my lungs. Okay, thank God. Ooh. That was almost very bad, though. Okay, let's see if we can just quickly find some silver. I'm, like, pretty sure that we had some... yeah. Pretty sure that we saw some up here on the top of the rise. So I'm just gonna grab that if I can real quick. That way we can just make all of our ores real quick. It's gold. Turn on my flashlight just so I can actually tell what this stuff is quickly. Oxite. I swear there was some up here. Am I crazy? Oh, is that it? Or is that coal? That's it? Okay. Now we don't need a ton of this. If I could get a full stack, I would be happy. But I really only need like 20 or 30 of this to get the bare minimum that I need to get my solar tracking going. Yeah, plenty. Found a whole vein of it. You know, and here's some more oxide. I'll just grab those while I'm here. Oops. Oh my gosh, I can't pick it up. Because I just need a lot of this. Keep not grabbing it and dropping it, so I'm gonna do that like first thing when we get back. pressure on this guy is getting really low. Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up if I even use it most of the time. Okay, so where was my base? Not my base was. No. Uh-oh, did I get lost? Well, I might have gotten lost. That would be just peachy. Oh, there it is. Okay. Really ought to carry my, I have enough inventory space with all those boxes. I really ought to carry my tracker chip. Okay. Well, that guy's off. On, cycle in. You can cancel pressurizing. You can turn that off. That's on. I'll close all those. Go ahead, put this on, and I did get my computer done before my battery ran out, so that's nice. What did I want to do? Oh, I wanted to drop a bunch of my oxites. So 1 and 2. Put that back in there. So we'll see what this guy gets up to. My base, that is. So like 50. I drop another 3, I think that'll be about right. Play soccer with my oxide. Wha-cha. Wha-cha. It is dropping my temperatures a little bit, but it's not bad. Drop one more. I do have a pretty big space, honestly. So. Alright, so after that, I need to get back outside. And
Power low.
yes. Know that my power is low. I apologize to you specifically, computer. Oops. So I'm gonna hold those. Put that in there so that I don't have to have multiple open. Okay. So what's my temperature at? 700 degrees, and it's 338. So this is my output. I'm going going to go ahead and do something like this. With a one-way valve going out like that. Perfect. Now I'm going to vent this for a bit. And look at my ores. Nope, look at my ingots, I mean. So solder was very low pressure, very low temperature, but it could be any pressure. That one was very reasonable and easy to do. Either way though, if I can get this down to maybe 15 or 20, then I can do my invar first, right? So get this down to like 16 MPa maybe, and then do some nickel and some copper, or some nickel and some iron. So if I'm fast, I can maybe just run in and grab. Nope, I'm not fast enough. So 1,000, 2,000. So let's see if we can just grab, what is that? 1, 2. And this is some lead. This is some nickel. I think that'll be plenty. Cool, flip that guy off. Oh, and I grabbed a small nickel. That's fun. Okay, so nickel, half iron. These are already smelted, so I'll be doing one of. Let me get the one that's bad-ish out of there. So yeah, we're just venting this out. Nothing in there right now. You know, while we're waiting on it, we could at least process our ores. Hey, I've gone 8 days without dying. That's fun. So that's nickel and iron. 18 to 20, and then 1.2 to 1.5. So in order to spike it up that much, I might need to get down to like 15 MPa. But we will have to see. I normally put this over here on this side, so. I wonder if I can fit that up there now. See, but I don't really want to block my my warnings. Alright, so let's try this. So that's down to 17. 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's gonna be way too high pressure. So let's let that finish brewing. Get all those volatiles used up. Throw in a few more. Throw in a few more. Let those burn. So yeah, you can see my stuff. Going. And then we'll try and vent. So luckily when you vent, it's like the pressure will drop obviously, but it doesn't actually drop the temperature a whole lot. I don't know if that's like real life. If you had something under high pressure like that with like a lot of heat, and you know it's this big metal container, I feel like you would lose a lot of that heat as you dropped a lot of that pressure. And I think that's simulated in the game, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel quite fast enough. But maybe that's just me. So we'll see if I can drop my pressure faster than I can drop my heat. Because I need to keep this at least 1.2. I think I'll get there, but it's a toss-up. I might have had to do it from the beginning, drop my pressure way lower. Okay, so my next one, constant tan is also nickel. And that pressure's dropping pretty slow, so I'm gonna go in here real quick and grab my other nickel and grab some copper out of this stuff. Oh, shoot. I need to make a stacker real quick. Gold. Oof, I have to use what little copper I have to make a stacker so that I can have an even amount of both. Because if you don't have an even amount, then it doesn't work. And okay, I don't have a cable either. And I can't do a half, so I have to do two. One and two. Put that back up. Okay, so I have 30 no more copper on the ground. I have 31. So I need 31. 31 of each. Perfect. Let's get back out there. Turn that off and save what little power I have left. And my stuff is really low. So we got a little bit of nitrous, a little bit of oxygen. So let's stop there. Try this again. Volatiles. Volatiles. So now I need a little bit of oxide. More volatiles. Come on, you're close. Go up a little bit more. Button screen. Cool. So now, it was our Constantine, which is over 20 and over 1. That's copper and nickel. So that was our copper and our nickel. Oh, shoot. Okay, so we just need a little bit more pressure in there. So we'll throw one of each. That should give us enough pressure. Can't see anything. Cool. Now we can dump a little bit more. So next one would be electrum. Pressure is very low, and our temperature is only 600, and this one's 350 to 550. So that is plenty good. Yeah, I think we'll do those ones from scratch because that's good enough for now. You know, and I'm actually going to change this to be like only like 5 kPa, just because I always cancel it anyways, so. Oh, man. How do those have, like, no battery? That is hooked up, right? I bet that that is a lower priority than this guy, is what's happening. Do I have enough cables to do that? No. Okay, so what do I need? I need power. I need power. Let's just don't have enough cables. So let's go ahead and set up a couple of them on the roof and just kind of connect them where we can. Oh, great. And I get my first storm. So I guess I'm going inside. So I'm not doing that today. / tonight. I'm not sure what that is. So I'm sitting here in the dark and watching. Yeah, I just need way more copper. Kind of wish I had set up a couple of upright turbines. Could have used those instead. That would have charged my batteries too. Well, I might actually just call it here for now. I guess I will see you guys all next time.